Hi, and thank you for visiting EMPIRESECURITYCAMERAS.com. My name is Kyle, and I'm here to show you our brand new model, ESC3-WDR2. This is a 700 TVL real-time dual-scan WDR camera with 36 infrared LEDs and a 2.8mm to 12mm lens. This is a brand new model, and I'm going to open it up for you right now. Inside the box, you get the instruction manual. You also get the toolkit that includes the drywall anchors and screws, and you also get the camera. This camera is a white dome camera. It has a cast aluminum housing, and we can also manufacture this camera in a dark gray color, depending on what your installation needs are. We can, like I said, we can manufacture it in dark gray. There is a minimum order requirement. Just call us or email us. The camera comes in the white color by default. On the outside of the camera, there are 36 infrared LEDs. The 2.8 to 12mm lens is in the center. On the side of the bracket, there's a cutout so you can move the camera and position it up to 90 degrees. So if you're wall mounting it or ceiling mounting it, you can switch the camera's angle up to 90 degrees. On the bottom of the camera, there are two mounting holes and two adjustment screws. On either side of the camera as well, there are two cutouts so that you can easily pass the wire through if you're flush mounting this against a hard surface. This is a 700 TVL WDR or wide dynamic range camera. I'm going to hook it up to our test equipment to go through some of the on-screen display settings. Some of the equipment that we're going to use in this demo is going to be a Dahua 960H DVR, and we're also going to use a Empire Security Cameras PVD, which is a power video balun. This will allow you to transmit video and power over a single Ethernet or Cat5 wire. So for this demo, we're going to use a Cat5 wire with RJ45 jacks already terminated on the ends. And one of these RJ45 jacks is going to plug into the PVD. Just should snap in. And the other side of this Cat5 wire we're going to plug into our Empire Security Cameras RJ45 balun. This also has a RJ45 jack, and this will just plug in like this. So this will convert to DC power and BNC for video, and the camera will have BNC for video and DC for power. So we should see this pop up. The on-screen display will pop up first, and then we'll get a picture. So we're using the same on-screen display that we've been using over the last couple of years for our WDR cameras. It's laid out pretty nice and it's very simple to use. Let's see here. On either side of the camera is the adjustments for the zoom and focus. So right now we're zoomed in to about the 12mm range. I'm going to increase the camera number 4 on our DVR so we can take a look here. Using the adjustments on the side for zoom and focus, we can adjust this from 12mm to 2.8, so we can go from a narrow angle to a much wider angle. And let's go through some of the on-screen display settings. What I'm using to adjust the zoom and focus is a standard precision screwdriver. And there we go. So the reason why the picture probably looks a little bit more clear on our setup than what you have at home is because we're using a, like I said before, we're using a Dahua 960H DVR. This DVR can record and display at a higher resolution in D1. So it actually outputs via HDMI up to 1080p, and we have an HDMI wire hooked up to our test monitor that's displaying in 1080p. So that's why the picture is probably a little bit more clear. The model number of this DVR is in our catalog. It's DVR DH0404HFSE. We also sell it in an 8 and 16 channel model. Now we also have it in a hybrid model where you can hook up to 16 IP cameras as well as 4, 8, or 16 analog 700 TVL cameras. So let's get into the on-screen display a little bit. The on-screen display toggle is on the joystick. The joystick's on the pigtail right near the DC and BNC connection. This model, all of our WDR2 models actually, have RS-485. So you can control this menu through your DVR if it supports RS-485. Okay, let's go into the menu. In the menu, we hit the center of the joystick, and then we use the up, down, left, right keys to go through some of the menu items. From top to bottom, we have camera name, lens control, exposure control, day-night settings, WDR or wide dynamic range, BLC and eclipse, white balance, 3D noise reduction. There's two submenus, effects and special. In the effects menu, you can actually go through and set up a digital zoom, image freeze. You can adjust the contrast, sharpness, and the color. Let's go back to the main menu. We have the special menu, which will allow you to go through the motion detection, privacy mask function, language, image stabilizer, sync, monitor type, and factory reset. You can also go into the communication settings and change the baud rate to match what you're using on your DVR for the RS-485. You can use Pelco D, baud rate 4800, 9600. It could go all the way up to, I think, let's see, 57,600, and that's in the communication settings. One of the features which obviously makes this camera nice is the WDR. So this we'll go through and just test out this function right now. So right now we have the WDR off, and as you can see, when we get close to the window, the window is very bright, and the inside gets very dark. So that's typically what happens with a lot of cameras that don't have WDR. The windows will get washed out, and the inside will get very dark. Let's turn the WDR feature on. There we go. And now you can see that we'll be able to see right out through the window, right outside, and the inside stays nice and bright. So that way, if you're looking out of a door or out of a window or out of a loading dock, you can still see what's happening outside as well as what's happening inside. So that's one of the nice things about the WDR feature. That's a little bit about this camera. Like I said, this model is ESC3-WDR2. It's a 36 infrared 2.8 to 12 millimeter varifocal lens, 700 TVL real-time WDR camera. If you'd like to purchase this camera, you can visit our website at EMPIRESECURITYCAMERAS.com. You can also give us a call at area code 914-338-8639, and you can also send us an email. Our email address is empiresecuritycameras@gmail.com. Thank you for viewing this video, and have a great day.